Hey people, and this is Pibster, and you're watching another StarCraft 2 cast. Today's game will be between EmpireKas in the blue and EGidra in the red. Two very good players, and these games will be from the Dreamhack tournament. This is from the group stages, so I believe this is the first games these two players were playing. These are games that I haven't seen yet. I didn't get to see the early games in the Dreamhack Invitational, but so we'll see. I am cold casting this, so hey, who knows what could happen. Got a supply depot coming down here now for EmpireKas, and for Idra we have drones. Lots of drones. No spawning pool as of yet, or any fast expansion, but usually a fast expansion doesn't come down until about 15 food, so we will see where they go with these builds. I have not seen these games yet, so hey. Right, a barracks now coming down for EmpireKas, and that's not going to be on the wall. However, if he is in need of putting it in the wall, he can float it there, so that might take some time. Got a refinery now coming down, and still nothing but drones for Idra. Idra is well known for being one of the best zergs there are, and many believe him to be the best zerg, but it's debatable, but I would definitely put him up there. He's also very well known for his bad manners, and as you can see from the chat log, that he did not GLHF. Has no manner there, but hey, who needs manners when you're a StarCraft 2 pro? Anyway, finally now spawning pool coming down for Idra, and also an extractor, so maybe looking for some speedling. Very standard upgrade early game. It's very useful to have that extra speed. And what is EmpireKas doing? Let's see. Building another supply depot, so yes, that barracks can be put in the wall there. Maybe he might put a bunker there or something. Factory coming down, so possibly going in for some mech play. We still don't know, it's still very early. Only one refinery though. Yes, these early game bits, they're usually quite the same. So yeah. Anyway, the map is going to be Terminus. It's a GSL map. Very heavy macro. As you can see, you have two naturals effectively, and this one with the Rich Vespin Geyser. Been over that before. If you want to go watch previous casts, then they are there. They should all be in a playlist, so you can have fun watching that over an afternoon. And another factory, so yes, it looks like we are going to go for some heavy mech play, probably an early Hellion opener, which is very, very effective against Zerg. And what do we have for Idra? We've got a spine crawler coming down here, probably anticipating that early Hellion aggression. And also do have the metabolic boost upgrade coming down, which is for the speedling, makes them very fast. Makes it a lot easier to get surrounds, and in general, good upgrade to have. The command center now coming down for EmpireKas, and hey, it's always good. Expand, expand, expand. About the 5-minute mark, so it's pretty good for him, especially considering he's already got a tech lab on his two factories, even one with tech lab. So I imagine he's going to go for blue flame Hellions. Sorry, I had a bit of a tongue tie there. Anyways, some Marines here. Obviously went for a bit of a push, but or maybe it was just to secure that tower. Idra not going to try and take that tower. Of course, a Zergling one-on-one with a Marine will win, I believe, anyways. Yeah, he's just going to try to get that scouting, but it's been denied. However, Idra does have these overlords floating here, so he will be able to see drops on their way. But, yeah. Okay, another supply depot. Yep, there's the pre-igniter. Coming down for the Hellions. Lots of Hellions in this play. We've also got a very fast lair here, reasonably fast. Wouldn't say he was pushing to get a the first thing, but it's definitely quite a fast one, so we might be able to see some Mutalisk play, maybe? Or, yeah, I don't know. Get some gas. We got gas expansion. Does have one gas expansion, however he's not mining from it as of yet. What's this over here? Oh, there's some zerglings in the base, but those heavies are just going to roast those up good and proper. So yeah, I've got another tech lab coming out, so looking like probably going to go into some heavy mech play. Yep, definitely siege tanks coming out. Siege mode, yep. And expansion now, just starting really to put SCVs on it. It's been quite a while just sitting there, but anyway, got some Hellions coming in here now, and we're going to roast up these zerglings. We're going to see the blue flame and be like, whoa, I don't want any of that. However, these Hellions will be very swiftly denied, even with completely drones off the line. Surround them, and down they go. That did barely any damage to Idra. Very good defend there. And that was quite a few Hellions, that was like 6 or so Hellions. Anyway, yes, we're going to see a Spire coming down now for Idra. So yes, we'll probably see some of that Mutalisk play. Very good harassment, especially in the hands of someone like Idra and Baneling. So it looks like we're going to go for a Ling Muta mix. Some blings in there. It's very likely to see that. And the Spire goes up now. And what does EmpireKas? Oh, well, there's an attack here by some Lings, but that gets very swiftly denied because, well, look at this. It's got 2 tanks, a couple of Marines, and even some SCVs will take care of that Ling run by, which did not work. Anyway, Kas is going to be defending very well here. We've got 3 siege tanks and a handful of Marines. But Idra going for his 3rd now, his 2nd expansion, which could potentially be quite dangerous considering the close air position there. So he could get dropped here, but of course Idra, with his reaction times being amazing like they are, will be able to defend that, and he's also got these overlords, so yeah. Oh, mutas are coming in now, some harassment. What is EmpireKas going to go defend it with? Marines, of course. However, considering how EmpireKas has gone for this mech style, he's going to get a armory up and go for Thors, I should imagine. Thors are very good against Mutalisks, even if you do the magic box. Still going to, you know, blast them out of the sky. So we've got the centrifugal hip hooks, that's the Baneling speed upgrade coming. But this Mutalisk harassment is just going to keep going. The mutas are about the most annoying thing in the world. Because they're just far too fast. You can micro them in and out of a mineral line, killing off SCVs before Marines even get close. Unless you stim the Marines, but then you've already taken damage, so it's like the Mutalisks have been doing damage for free. So yeah, we've got missile turrets now, however, on the mineral lines to try and ward off those Mutalisks, but in large numbers they can just ignore the missile turrets and blast them out of the sky, out of the ground even, before you know what hit them. And wow, these Mutalisks are just going to keep harassing these barracks, killing off the tech labs, reactors, all that fun stuff. But we do have Thors coming out now, and so maybe Idra will think, maybe I need to rethink my play. But I wouldn't be surprised if he just kept with it. Maybe transition slightly, maybe less Mutalisks but more Zerglings, because Thors are not very good against Zerglings. They don't do much damage, but there's just far too many for them to handle most of the time. And we are going to see a Zerg Flyer attack level 2 coming up, so we'll have to wait and see. We've got a 4th base now coming up for Idra, up here at the top. That should be fairly out of the way. I can't imagine EmpireKas will be looking for anything like that. You might spot it later on in the game, but wow, only level 1 infantry weapons coming up now. That's quite late, +1 here for EmpireKas. Do we have any starports yet? Still don't have any starports. Oh, well, we do have a starport with a medevac coming out. So potential for drops coming in. I'm not sure how effective that would be. We do have a infestation pit now for Idra. That's useful for going up into Hive or for getting out investors. So you see the Hive requirements is an infestation pit, so we'll see where Idra will be going with this. And the pathogen glands, it looks like he will be going for infestors to mix in with this Mutalisk and Zerglings and the Banelings, which can be very effective. You can fungal growth a small group of Marines or something, and just roll Banelings into them without any resistance. It can be very effective, or maybe even Neuroparasite on the tanks. Lots of options, or even popping out infested terrens underneath the tanks so he sieges and shells himself. This flock of Mutalisks is getting rather big. And that's like a lot of Mutalisks. If I were EmpireKas, I'd be very wary of that. A macro hatchery sort of forming a bit of a wall off. Definitely creating some artificial chokes here for the main base. Don't know whether that was Idra's plan or not, but definitely effective. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled these spine crawlers forward a bit, just for a bit more defense, but really, it feels like Idra is far ahead. I mean, just look at this minerals. It's got almost 2,000 minerals. It's almost maxed out army size. Remember, some of those are banelings, so that will drop instantly when they explode. And they don't always do damage. That's the thing with banelings. You've got to definitely know what you're doing with them. But really, yeah, the army size the army size of these players is definitely there's a big difference. I mean, look at the EmpireKas has 153 supply. Idra is 191, which is significant. However, if you were to run these Zerglings into these tanks, then that would spell death for those Zerglings. However, I imagine he'll come around with the Mutalisks and just kill that before these Zerglings come in. Or maybe, does he have Burrow yet? He does not have Burrow yet for the infestors, so Neuroparasite, however, coming up, so maybe we will see some Neuroparasites on the floors, maybe, because that could be very effective. And level 1 ground carapace also coming up to Idra. Wow, so Hive as well, wow. And he's got a 6th base up here that I just noticed. So yeah, Idra is definitely streaming ahead of EmpireKas here. With the greatest spy coming up, so Broodlords as well into this mix. That's just going to spell death, because Broodlords are extremely hard to kill, especially when they're defended well. But here is EmpireKas pushing out. I don't know whether this is the right time for him to be doing this or not, but he's definitely going to clear up some of this creep spread so Idra doesn't get into his base so fast. But I don't really know how much EmpireKas knows about Idra. So, I think his scouting has been pretty thoroughly denied. So, oh wow, and Mutalisks into the base, killing off all these units here. EmpireKas is totally out of position to defend us. He's just going to go into the counterattack. And, wow, I don't know how effective this will be, but these Mutalisks definitely running amok here. Of course, Idra can see these tanks here and the creep tuners. So, and here comes the attack, the big fight, Neuroparasites on the floors, but these Marines are just going to stem and kill off this Mutalist. So, wow, this is taking a massive hit here, but Banelings doing their job and killing Marines. Very effective. These Thors, wow, these Thors kill each other. Neuroparasite, I do love Neuroparasite, but looks like, wow. Well, of course, Idra had so much money, probably so many lava, he could just swarm with Zerglings now and pick everything off. These Thors are going to go down. There's GG from EmpireKas. Wow, that was a a one-sided fight, I think, from Idra. He knew that he had such an advantage, and he just, you know, he didn't care if he lost his Mutalisks, really, as long as they did some damage, because he knew that he could just swarm with a whole lot more units after that. And, well, EmpireKas, I mean, he tried, but there's not a huge amount you can do against that sort of thing, especially if you're about 3 bases behind, especially on against a Zerg. You want to try and keep the bases the same, but yeah, definitely out of position when these Mutalisks came and picked off all the reinforcements. And then they just came round in this big fight in the middle. Well, what do you know? Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll continue to cast the other 2 games in this series from the group stages of Dreamhack 2011 Summer, and thanks for watching.